Trojan Philly, what's up, man? USCJ, we here, man. We here. Listen, man. Listen, did you guys see it? Did you guys see what I seen last night? Listen, like, share, subscribe. USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter, man. Listen. Let me just go ahead and say this right now with Deuce Robinson. Deuce Robinson is a specimen. Let me say this right now. I'm calling it now. Deuce Robinson's coming to USC. Deuce Robinson is coming to USC. Now, I know we seen this last night. We seen the Elite 11 competition last night. And I'm looking at this clip right now, man. And Deuce Robinson, I mean, my God, he's catching passes from Caleb Williams, man. Deuce Robinson is catching passes from Caleb Williams. And he's throwing these dime pieces, man, to Deuce Robinson, man. And for all those who I don't know who hasn't, but for all those who happen to not know who Deuce Robinson is, he's 6'6", 225, number one tight end in the country, out of Arizona, man, Pinnacle High School. And this guy, man, he's a specimen, man. And Caleb Williams is out there moving and grooving with him, man. Caleb Williams is, listen, can we just give it up for Caleb Williams and Malachi Nelson? Caleb Williams and Malachi Nelson are the biggest recruiters for USC right now. It appears to be. Especially as it relates to Deuce Robinson. So Deuce Robinson, man, he was out there last night at the Elite 11 competition, and he's being interviewed by We Are SC on One, Scott Schrader. And listen, man, it pretty much sounds like, in my opinion, it's a done deal with Deuce Robinson. It's a done deal with Deuce Robinson. Now, we got some bad news to get to, but let me I wanted to give you this good news first. Deuce Robinson out there, and let me give you his exact comments when Scott Schrader was interviewing him. And Scott Schrader said, well, Deuce Robinson said this when asked these questions. He said, I love the coaching staff and love what Coach Riley does, and Coach Riley has been a close since him being at Oklahoma. So Deuce Robinson, man, he appears to be swinging in the direction of USC. And I think it was a good interview from Scott Schrader last night. And I think, man, it sounds like this is a done deal with Deuce Robinson, man. And he's catching these passes, man. So he looks incredible. And, man, listen, Caleb Williams, he went out there. Malachi put on a good performance, but Caleb Williams went out there, and my God, he's throwing the ball and hitting the field goal post. I mean, he's hitting the thing. I mean, hey, we could just throw our hands up and say it's good. I mean, this guy, Caleb Williams, I mean, for him to be, take his time out from USC and come over there, man, he's recruiting. He's recruiting, and this is a good look. And I hope Francis is looking at this, Francis is looking at this. So listen, like, share, subscribe, USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Now, this is the bad news, man. I hate to bring this to us, man. It was brought to me this morning. Shout out to USC Priority on Instagram. If you guys have Instagram, go follow the page of USC Priority. He's on Instagram. He hit me with this message early this morning. And Zion Branch, you know who Zion Branch. I raved about him and Raleek Brown. Him and Raleek Brown, when they were moving in a few weeks back, I noticed that they both appeared to have putting weight on, and I said these guys look good, ready to go. And I felt like Zion Branch, man, was going to be one of those who came in and able to make an impact and compete for a starting position. Zion Branch apparently tore his ACL in practice on Monday. Strength and conditioning practices. I seen some clips of them guys are working hard, and coincidentally, Raleek Brown looked like he was incredible at what he was doing as it pertains to the workouts. But Zion Branch tore his ACL, so he looked like he's out for the year. And so now we gotta have a plan B, because I really thought he was because if you look at some of his highlights and then you look at some of the language that they use as it relates to talking about Zion Branch is one of those who they consider to be a throwback type of safety, man. He's one of those that's gonna come lay the wood on you. So Listen, like, share, subscribe, USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. And so now, what do we look like as it relates to the safety? I still think the safety position is going to be a good position. You know, and we know that we're going to play a 5 DB set, essentially a 5 DB set. And so when I look at this now, I still think it's going to be Caleb Bullock. And I told you guys before, Xavier Alford, I feel like he's going to be the starter, but I feel like Zion Branch could come in there and compete for some time. And Xavier Alford was one that actually led the team last year in interceptions. So I think it's going to be Caleb Bullock, Xavier Alford. And so, you know, we still, you know, we got Bryson Shaw that came from Ohio State. I think he's going to come in there and he did some backup stuff for Ohio State and ended up coming in last year and led the team. I think he was second or third in team in tackles. So I think he could come in there and make some things happen. I still want to see, I'm not sure Chris Thompson Jr. From Auburn. I know they moved him to linebacker. I'm not sure if they want to try to move him back over to safety position. And then you have Latrell McCutcheon, who's kind of interchangeable. You can put him at cornerback or you can put him at safety. And then so those are the guys, man. Those are the guys who I think could come in. We got some other guys that could play safety as well. But you guys hit me in the comment section. You tell me what you think, man. This is somewhat of a blow. I would say this is a blow because I had expectations. He was one of those freshmen. Raleek Brown and Zion Branch was one of those freshmen that I felt like could come in and make some things happen. So you guys hit me in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, USCJ32 on Instagram. Tell me what you guys think about Zion Branch and the impact that it made. Then, as well as tell me what you think about Deuce Robinson. I know you guys seen those highlights. Some of you guys probably seen it. It's all over social media. Caleb Williams throwing to Deuce Robinson, throwing dime pieces. Man, Deuce Robinson looked like a receiver and he looks like a tight end. I mean, it's incredible. His speed, man, is crazy, man. I don't know if he's like a O.J. Howard from Alabama, or I don't know if he's man, I don't know who you want to compare this guy to, man. He looks crazy, man. So listen, like, share, subscribe. You guys hit me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And listen, we'll come back to you probably tomorrow, man. Listen, fight on, fight on, fight on.